Hello everybody and welcome to episode 19 of the Little Black Cat Knits podcast. I am your host Ashley, coming at you from New Jersey where I live with my husband, my two sons, and my little black cat, who usually makes an appearance in the podcast but probably won't today because I'm pretty sure he's sleeping downstairs. This is a podcast all about knitting, crochet, sometimes cross stitch, sometimes quilting, basically any kind of crafty thing I decide to do. I am also the owner and dyer behind Gatti Yarn Co. You can find all of my hand-dyed yarn on Etsy as Gatti Yarn Co. You can also find me on Instagram as Gatti Yarn Co. on Ravelry as AM Gatti, and there is a group for this podcast on Ravelry. Just search for the Little Black Cat Knits podcast and it should come up, and there will be show notes there and all of that. There's also an Ask Me Anything thread in case, you guys want to know more about me. I also have a blog. It's gattiyarn.com, and for those of you who don't use Ravelry, I will be putting show notes on the blog as well. I haven't done this in a while. It's been about 4 months. There's a lot, life just happens, guys. I don't know. I'm going to try to be better about podcasting, like, weekly. Yeah, I think that just about covers any kind of admin stuff. I'm going to link everything down below as far as Instagram, Ravelry, the blog, my shop. All of that will be linked down below so you don't have to search for it if you don't want to. Yeah, I guess we'll just jump right on in then. It is, what day is it? It's Monday, April 19th, 2021. And I'm basically starting new, essentially. I am going to show some finished objects that I talked about in the last podcast, but we're going in with a clean slate here. First and foremost, we have a new backdrop, guys. Look at my beautiful yarn storage. I'm so happy with it. We got this probably like a month or two ago because I just got disgusted with the fact that all of my yarn was in bags and in my closet, and I just couldn't find anything. And I said to myself, we rearranged the bedroom, and I said, you know what? I want cubbies. So the hubs made it happen. But yeah, anyway, we're just going to jump right in and start with FOs. I have had more FOs than this since the last podcast, but these are two big ones that I talked about in the last podcast that I figured I would show you guys, and then we'll get into all the new stuff. So first and foremost is my So Faded by Andrea Mowry. It is done! And the neck is too small, even after blocking. So I'm not really quite sure what I want to do about that, but I can get it on. If I pull really hard, I can get it over my head. And then I kind of have to fight with it to get it off of my head, but it's fine. It's fine. I will make do. But this is knit out of pretty much all of my hand-dyed yarn except for one color. So this blue up here is Trench Coat. The green is Kick It in the Ass. This is Dragon Horde yarn, Stolen Song. And then the last two are my colorways. This one is an unnamed one that I dyed up just specifically for this sweater. And then the purple down here is Sharpshooter. So it is done. It took me almost a year to finish it, which is absolutely absurd. Like, what is wrong with me? Should not have taken me that long. But I kept getting sidetracked by other things. So what are you gonna do? So that is finished object number one. My second finished object is my, ooh, excuse me, Ingalls by Caitlin Hunter. And this is done. I've worn this, I can't even tell you how many times. This is probably the most comfortable sweater I think I've ever made. And it fits so nicely. And the color work just blocked out so beautifully. So I knit this out of Loops and Threads Joy DK in the lavender is the light purple, and the dark purple is Iris, I believe. It'll be in the show notes. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yes, this is done, and I'm pretty sure I've worn it at least 10 times before it started getting too warm for sweaters. So it's done. All right, moving right along. I figured those were the only two FOs that were whips in the last podcast that you guys would care about, because they were whips for a long time. But now we're going to move on to my current whips, which I have one, two, I don't know. I have a bunch. We'll talk about them. I know I only have one crochet whip right now, which is a-okay by me. So, oh, sorry, this new setup, I'm sitting in a chair instead of on the floor, guys. This is like work. We're gonna have to work with me here. So I have started a Mrs. Weasley's Home Knit Christmas sweater from the Harry Potter Knitting Magic book by Tanis Gray for Keith. And I've started the back, and this is as far as I am right now. He wanted it basically knit the exact same way mine was knit, just in Ravenclaw colors, but he wanted movie Ravenclaw colors, not book Ravenclaw. So, but yeah, I am knitting these on the called for needles, which is a US 9 5.5 millimeter. I think the ribbing was done in a 7, but this is all I've got so far. My progress keeper. It's this little butter beer from Simply Serving. I love him. Look how cute he is. Little lightning bolt. I love him. But yeah, I am knitting this out of Loops and Threads Impeccable. And, geez, where's the ball band? The gray is True Gray, I believe. I can't find the ball band for that, but I'm pretty sure it's True Gray. And then the blue is just navy. So, moving right along, I'm not really stressing out about getting this done right now because, you know, we're going into warmer months. So Keith really wouldn't be able to wear it until it starts to get cooler anyway. So I'm gonna take my time on it, especially because we all know I'm not looking forward to seaming it when that time comes. So for now, I usually work on this when I kind of want something like that's easy stockinette, that's not like, that's not a sock, you know what I mean? But yeah, so this is the Mrs. Weasley's Home Knit Christmas sweater, and I'm actually really excited to get this done so me and Keith can have matching sweaters. Okay, let's see, let's move this out of the way now. Oh. Okay. Next on the whip parade is living in this gorgeous bag from Lila Stiles. Guys, come on. I'm obsessed. Like, absolutely obsessed with this bag. It is so cute. Look, it's got a little Deathly Hallows, like, zipper pull. Guys. Oh, I love Lila Stiles bags. She might have my favorite bags ever. But I am knitting for Keith a Musselburgh hat, because Kay from Crazy Sock Lady basically just kept watching her podcast, and I was like, I really need to knit one of those. My only problem is like I'm not really like having the best time knitting it, and I think it's because I'm knitting it out of worsted weight yarn, because Keith's favorite color is Obnoxious Orange, which is what I'm knitting it out of. This is Craft Smart Value Neon in Neon Orange. But I'm knitting it on the called for needles. This is, oh no, a US 5 3.75 millimeter needle. Well, not called for needles, because you go based on like what needles you think would work for the yarn you're using, and I wanted to go smaller because normally you'd work with like a worsted weight yarn with like a size 8 needle, but I decided to go smaller. Not really sure why, but I think the fact that I'm working with worsted weight yarn with this pattern is killing me. Like, I can't. But this is my little progress keeper on here. We've got a little Tom Nook. Any Animal Crossing lovers? This is from Simply Serving. It's like the only place I buy progress keepers from, because she does some fantastic work. But yeah, I've been working on this on and off. I'm like, think like 1.25 inches away from like starting the decreases. So I really need to just like bust this out and get it done. Like, it's so close to being done. I don't know why I'm slacking on it. But I'm knitting these on Chiagu Shorties. I told you the size, so, but yeah, little Chiago Shorty interchangeables. I love these sets. Oh my gosh, like I can't, I love them. I have both of the Shorty sets and I love them. But yeah, so this one I've kind of just been like working on here and there. Nothing too crazy. I really should like just get it done though, because there's literally no reason why it shouldn't be done by now, because I started it a while ago. But we're going to move right along. And living in this beautiful witch's bag that I believe I got from Toad Hollow. I can't ever remember. This is what I'm working on like most of the time. So like all of my stuff is in it. Like my little Notions pouch is in here. Along with my iPad. Which I think I need to charge, but put that over there. Oh no, oh no. This new setup, guys. I'm a disaster. Anyway, I am currently working on the Like a Cloud cardigan by Joji Locatelli. And I started the back. I've knit one side of the front panel and I'm on the second front panel right now. And I love this pattern, you guys. It's so beautiful. I'm knitting it on the call for needle size, which is really nice if I could like see things. US 4 3.5 millimeter needle. So yeah, I am working on this pretty much all the time. This is like my main go-to if I'm not working on socks. And I'm knitting it out of Knit Picks Stroll Fingering in black and Knit Picks Aloft Mohair in carbon. And let me tell you, guys, this is my first time knitting with mohair and I am obsessed. I don't know if it's like this mohair or what, but it is so soft. I'm just like, huh, it's like a little ball of fluff. And I cannot wait for this thing to be done because I have a feeling like once I finish it, I am going to be living in this cardigan. Like living. But I have enjoyed knitting with the mohair so much that I'm like seriously like on like a kick now. Like all of like the projects I'm looking at on Ravelry to start after I finish this cardigan, I'm like so many sweaters with mohair is what I'm looking at. It's ridiculous. I am so tangled up here right now. What's happening? Oh no. I'll figure this out later. Anyway, so yeah, this is the Like a Cloud by Joji Locatelli, and I'm very tangled. I'm just gonna worry about this later. But yeah, this is like pretty much my current like constant whip. Like I work on this one the most when I'm not working on socks because I want it. I want to wear it. And then I want to knit more mohair things. So, you know, priorities. Moving right along, I only have 2 more whips and then my crochet whip. So let's see, we'll just do these. So living in a bag I made myself, which is falling apart. You guys know the drill. You've seen this bag before. I'm just working on a pair of vanilla socks. I'm on the second sock. Following Crazy Sock Ladies, vanilla socks on Magic Loop pattern for the most part. I think I adjusted some things. Yeah, I'm knitting these on Chiaogu, 32-inch Chiaogu red lace, US size 1, 2.25 millimeter, my standard sock needle size, and I'm knitting this out of Loops and Threads Perfect Pair. I want to say the color is River, but knowing me, did I throw the ball band out? I did not. Aha! Am I right? Let's see. Yeah, I was right. River. These are, I'm obsessed with this, like, striping pattern on these. Is gorgeous. I do 64 stitches, 2x2 rib, and then I always do a heel flap and gusset. I find that is what fits my foot best. Afterthought heels and stuff like that always seem to just be a little too tight on my feet. So I tend to go for heel flap and gusset. But yeah. So that is my one sock whip. that, you know, this is my like pick up some school car knitting kind of stuff, you know, when I need something easy. And I'm almost done with the second sock. I think I have like 30 rows left and then I do the toe. So this should be busted out by the next podcast for sure. But of course, like I say that and watch, it's not going to be done because that's just who I am. All right, moving right along. The last knitting whip I have is living in this library bag from the Silver Shed USA. I love this bag. I think it's so cute. And I am knitting the, what is the name of these socks? Hold on. Oh, good. My iPad's not dead. Let me pull up Knit Companion because I can't remember the name of the socks. I know they're by the Crazy Sock Lady, but what socks are these? Oh, come on, stupid thing. They are the Follow Your Path socks by Crazy Sock Lady. And I am on the heel of the first sock. And aren't these gorgeous? I am knitting these for my mother-in-law for Mother's Day. Because I saw these, I'm knitting this out of, let me say that first. Let's backtrack a little bit. This is the Afternoon Tea Share a Pair set from Mandy's Makings. And when I saw this colorway, I was like, oh my God, I can't. This is gorgeous. So my mother-in-law doesn't knit. So what I've decided to do is knit from the Share a Pairs. I'm going to knit us both the same socks, but hers will be these with the cream as like the main part of the sock and then the blue as the heel, toes, and cuffs. And then mine will be the opposite where I will use the cream speckled as my heel, toes, and cuffs and the main part of my sock will be blue. It should be. Okay. But yeah, I am knitting these on doing Magic Loop on Chiago Red Lace US size 1, 2.25 millimeter needle. You know, guys. It's just how I knit socks. But yeah, I'm about halfway through the heel and I need to like get a move on with these because these are a Mother's Day gift. So I need to really like stop everything else and work on these. I try to knit on them at least a little bit every day, like in the morning after I get my workout done in my shower and I've got all of Bruce's stuff ready for school. I generally have about 20 to 30 minutes before I have to wake the kids up. So I try to sit there and catch up on podcasts and work on these. So hopefully these will be done by next podcast also. Okay, let's see. One more whip, which is a crochet whip, and then I will go into shop talk because I do have acquisitions. It's basically this whole shelf back here, but I'm not going to go through all that because it's a lot. But yeah, so moving right along, I decided to start this stitch is going to fall out, isn't it? Yeah. A Captain America shield blanket. And right now I've got the blue done and I am working on the first red section. I am crocheting this with a, I don't know where my hook is, a 5 millimeter hook, I believe. I say whatever the pattern called for. But I am using a pattern I bought on Etsy. It's just called Captain America Blanket. Let me see if the pattern has who it's by. Lisa Vanilla at Etsy.com. So yeah, right now, like I said, I just finished the blue, so now I'm working on the first red section. I've got like 8 more rounds before I can move on to the white and then the star, and it'll be done. I kind of just wanted something like fun, and my friend was working on a Spider-Man blanket, and I was like, you know what? I really need like a cap shield blanket. I just need one. And I searched all over the internet. I couldn't find one anywhere. I don't know why. Like I had one saved on Ravelry, but the pattern was taken down. Like I guess the person removed it or whatever. And then I couldn't find one on Pinterest that was adult size. They were all kid sizes. And I'm like, well, I'm an adult. I'm a small adult, but I'm an adult and I would like an adult size Captain America shield blanket, please. So then I went to Etsy and I found it. So I'm really excited to get that done because I would love a little cat blanket, you know, guys? We all know how much I love Captain America. I'm literally wearing a Captain America shirt right now. It's like fate. But yeah, so that is all my whips. So I think we can go into shop news. the shop is fully stocked right now, guys. I have 10 different colorways, which I'll show you right now, and 4 different candle scents if you guys like candles. I didn't bring the candles up here because, frankly, I just could not fit them all in my hands. But I did bring the yarn up, so I will show you all of the squishy goodness. So we'll start with one that's kind of like in the miscellaneous category. This is not in a collection. It's in like the other section of my shop. But this is Once Upon a Time. And these are all 75/25 superwash merino nylon. This is on my calico sock base. So this is Once Upon a Time. It is inspired by the TV show Once Upon a Time. And I love it. Just look how gorgeous this is. Oh, just all the blues and the pinks and the purples. Fabulous. Okay, moving right along. I'm going to put this on the floor so it's just not spilling all over my lap. Okay. So the first collection I have to talk about is the Harry Potter collection. And these collections will definitely get more colorways in them as my shop grows, but right now we're starting off with 3 colorways per collection. So the first collection is Harry Potter, and the first Harry Potter collection, the first of the Harry Potter collection I have to show is Honeydukes. And there is 2 skeins of each of these colorways in the shop right now. So that's Honeydukes. This is Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. And then we have Pumpkin Pasties. This one is like, ooh, so fall. Oh, I'm like, no, I'm going to want to knit a sweater out of this in the fall. I probably will. Let's be real. All right, the next collection we have in the shop is the Lord of the Rings collection. And this one is the Shire, which I am obsessed. This one might be my favorite. I am obsessed with this. Like, how gorgeous is this? It is a labor of love to dye this colorway, but it is so worth it. Oh my god. Ooh, I want it. I almost want to like just dye one up for myself. The next one in the Lord of the Rings collection is Osgiliath. And then the last one we have for that collection is Lothlorien, which I absolutely love the blues in this. And it's funny, like on camera it's showing up much more blue. In person it looks a little bit like more like periwinkle? I don't know. Maybe it's just my light. I've got natural lighting in here, so it's probably reading on camera pretty well. I don't know. But this is Lothlorien. And the final collection that is in the shop right now is the Percy Jackson collection, which is inspired by the Percy Jackson book series, obviously. Percy Jackson, you know. So the first one in that collection we have is Camp Half-Blood, which is inspired by the bright orange t-shirts they wear. And then the next one in that collection is Daughter of Athena, which is inspired by Annabeth. This one might be my second favorite that I've dyed up in this lot. Like, look at these like little, there's golden in here, and then there's pinks, purples, and blues. You know what, I might want a sweater out of this one too, guys. This is the problem when you dye yarn. You just want to dye it all up for yourself. All right, and the last one in this collection, and the last one that is on the shop, is Son of Poseidon, which is obviously inspired by Percy himself. I'm so happy with how this one came out. This one, like, if you're a yarn dyer, you know, sometimes like you have a vision and you put it in the pots and then like it doesn't come out like quite exactly how you envisioned it, but like it still comes out great. This one, like I had a vision and it came out exactly how I imagined it would, which is amazing. So there are, like I said, 2 of each, before I drop them, 2 of each of these colorways, and there goes one. 2 of each of these colorways in the shop right now. And like I said, they're all on my calico sock base, which is my 75/25 superwash merino nylon. Fingering weight. Don't think I said that before. They're fingering weight. I also have 4 different candle scents in the shop. We have, it's the Harry Potter collection for the candle scents. We have the Slytherin Common Room, Gryffindor Common Room, Hufflepuff Common Room, and Ravenclaw Common Room each one kind of inspired by what I think those common rooms would smell like. And I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit. They all smell amazing. But that's just me. I don't know. My husband loves them too, so he kind of wants to like snag a Ravenclaw one for himself. But yeah, I think that just about covers everything. As far as like the crafty content goes. If that's all you came here for, then, you know, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want more videos, or, you know, just to see more videos of me. Hit the like button because, well, that just like lets YouTube know like, hey, this is a pretty good podcast, and then get me out into the world. Also, if you want to know exactly when videos upload, hit the little bell and you will get a notification when videos go live. But if you care to know what my life has been like the past couple months, then stick around because that's what I will be getting into now. It's just been crazy. I've gotten the business up and running. I've been working on the blog. I've been dyeing yarn. And still kind of like dealing with Bruce being like hybrid in school. So when he comes home, he has to do stuff on the computer. So I kind of have to like, you know, be with him on that. And then, but that should be ending soon. Hopefully, I think they said next Monday we're going to try to transition into full day, which would be amazing. Not only for me not having to be like mom and teacher and everything, but just for him to be like kind of like experience what like a normal school day should be like, you know, because he's only 5 and this is his first experience with school, and so far it has not been a good one. Paul is probably like as big as like, I don't know, I feel like he's growing like a weed. He is huge now. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's really pretty much just like life that's been happening, and like with, especially with the virtual school, it's just like so hard to not find time, but like make time to fit everything that needs to get done in. Because my husband and I do all of our errands on Monday mornings, and we have to kind of cram the errands in before Bruce gets out of school so I can get home, get Paul down for a nap, and like go pick him up and then get him home, and then I have to do the afternoon school stuff with him, and then it's like before I know it my whole day is gone. I'm like, well, wait a minute, what happened? But now that he's hopefully going full day, we're gonna fingers crossed that this actually goes through. I'm really hoping to get back into like once a week podcasting, and I think I've tweaked the schedule a little bit as far as like uploading goes. Like I'm going to be filming Mondays, editing Tuesdays, uploading Wednesdays. And like I said in the beginning of the video, the show notes will be on Ravelry in the group for the podcast, but I'm also going to be uploading the show notes to the blog. So if you don't use Ravelry, there is a place for you to still see what I talked about. And yeah, also I'm on the blog posts, I've been trying to find the patterns that I'm making somewhere other than Ravelry. Just with Ravelry, it's obviously easier to just link the pattern in Ravelry, but the blog, I'm just pretty much doing like, if I can find the pattern somewhere other than Ravelry, then I will be putting that link up, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm also planning with the blog to do weekly posts about what I'm working on too. So they're going to go a little bit more in depth than what I talk about here on the podcast, and all of that. Oh no, I hear Paulie. He's been a maniac. He's been like dumping his toy box all over the living room every day, and he then trips on it and then he gets mad at himself. But anyway, that screaming is my cue. I hope you guys all enjoyed this podcast. I've missed hanging out with you guys, and I am so happy to be back, and I am so happy to be getting back into a routine of weekly podcasting. And yeah, like I said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, subscribe. You want to be notified, hit the bell. And I will see you guys all next week. Happy knitting. Bye.